Hello, everyone, and welcome to another inspiring episode of our 5 o'clock Tea Talk series, proudly hosted by Coach Magazine Global. We've now reached our 36th episode, and today's guests bring both rich experience and grounded wisdom to our conversation, as always. I'm your host, Seda Tekeci, former editor-chief of Coach Magazine Global, life coach, and passionate advocate for meaningful personal and professional transformation. Over the past 3 years, I've had the joy of hosting some of the most inspiring voices in the coaching world, thought leaders, pioneers, and deep thinkers whose work is shaping the future of how we grow and lead. Please help me welcome Shehzad Shams, founder of the Eclectic Leadership Movement, leadership consultant, executive coach, and organizational strategist with more than 20 years of experience leading teams and driving transformation across multiple industries and 5 continents. Shehzad's work is built on a powerful belief. Before leadership can be developed, it must first be deliberately designed. This conviction led him to create the eclectic leadership methodology, a principle-based approach that draws on a rich blend of psychology, linguistics, behavioral science, political science, NLP, and pan-cultural and indigenous leadership traditions. The methodology includes 15 structured modules and 12 consulting works designed to help organizations create leadership models that fit their unique context rather than simply adopting off-the-shelf solutions. Holding an MBA and a diploma in modern applied psychology, Shehzad has served in senior leadership positions including COO, head of operations, and head of PMO across sectors such as iGaming, B2B technology, executive coaching, and international development. His insights are grounded not only in research and theory, real-world experience leading organizations through complexity, growth, and change. Today, through the eclectic leadership movement, he challenges conventional thinking about leadership and helps leaders build approaches that are more adaptive and effective in an increasingly complex world. Welcome, Shehzad. How are you today?
No, thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you, and good morning to you. I'm very happy, very grateful, feeling very privileged that I'm on the hot seat in this show that I've been following for the last few months as well. It's very excited. So thank you for having me today.
It's a very beautiful weather today in London. You're also from London.
Yes.
I'm so excited to our conversation. But before we dive into our questions, I'd like to invite our audience to hit the subscribe button on our channel, turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. For more coaching content, visit us at www.thecoachmagazine.com and enjoy our quarterly digital issues. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. Your engagement helps us grow this global community of conscious leaders. So I would like to directly dive into our questions because there are too many deep topics that we are going to talk about today. As you have a very eclectic background and also eclectic focus in your career.
Yeah.
My first question is many leadership programs focus on developing skills and competencies, but you argue that leadership must first be designed. What led you to this perspective, and what do organizations risk missing when they adapt leadership models without questioning whether those models truly fit their culture and context?
Thanks for that, Sarah. It's a very fundamental question that you have asked first, which makes sense. Going back, this idea actually came about when I'm an IT graduate, so I've been into technology coding myself once upon a time. And anybody in the world of software development would know that design comes before development. So there's a lot of time we used to spend with the business analysts, the solution architects, the program leads, the coders, and the business stakeholders to really understand the business problem, that what exactly they're trying to do. And we used to come up with functional specification documents, technical specification, before anything was done with the coding. So a lot was done in the requirements phase. After that, design, you used to get into the development, so actual coding and programming, etc. After development, it was testing, QA, and then you deliver it live, like a website or a product. So that was, I would say that the main inspiration, that if we are able to do it in IT, why are we not doing it in leadership? So that is how the idea came about. And the second thing that I must tell you is eclectic leadership is a pain response. Before I say that, yes, eclectic leadership is a mindset, it's a method, it's a movement, but deep down inside, it was always a pain. There was a pain that I felt, there was a pain that felt by others, and I confirmed it with others, and eclectic leadership was born out of it. One of the main pain was we are always talking about developing leaders, developing leaders. Then suddenly you turn around and ask yourself, hang on, we are asked to develop our leaders, which means the designing is done by somebody else. So that led us to more investigations and queries that actually, why are we focusing so much on development first? Who is then designing it? Then it turned out that all the designing of our leadership was done by people who don't live here, who has no idea about our culture, about our context. So all the research done by the English speaking world in the UK, in America, in Canada, Australia, and there are obvious reasons for that. So that led us to the principle that no, we will not be developing leaders first. We will get into the designing the system first. So that's how it was adopted as a principle that we do designing first. Development will come as a guaranteed consequence.
Yeah, what would you say about the risks that some company organization doesn't take this into account?
It's going to be short lived. That's number one, because you, as an organization, you have adopted a leadership which or a framework which you thought is yours, but it's actually an off-the-shelf framework. Every other company or organization might be using the same thing. So that's the main problem, that it will be short-lived. It might not be able to sustain any change, any sudden change in the market or in your people come and go. But if you would have spent more time in designing a leadership system for your organization or for your community, it would have been able to withstand any kind of changes, either micro or macro. So sustainability is a key thing. The second thing is relevance.
Mhm.
If you focus only on leadership development, another disc profile, another corporate offsite, another values posters, etc., 360 degrees, it's all good. Um, and then people are asking about cultural training. It's very shallow. But when you think about a design-led leadership paradigm in your organization, everybody in your organization can see their relevance to the organization's goal. And eclectic leadership makes sure that that's how it starts.
And the communication is the ground level of all the organizations. And if you are running a company who has different cultural backgrounds, the employees from different cultural backgrounds, and if they don't know what's the main rules, values of the company, it's kind of hard to adapt even with the educational, workshops about the culture. It doesn't mean anything. If you give the whole value pack, then it is better to run the business smoothly, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So you spent over 20 years building the eclectic leadership methodology by drawing from disciplines as diverse as psychology, linguistics, behavioral science, political science, NLP, and indigenous leadership traditions. What was the catalyst for creating the eclectic leadership movement, and what gap in traditional leadership development were you trying to address?
So, some stories from my growing up years. So, traveled to nearly 50 countries. So, from South America to Asia, not a lot in Africa. I would have loved to, but and then currently I speak around